An IBM 5100?
知っているのか?
You know about them?
あ、うん。
Yeah.
そうか。
I see.
IBN5100 の都市伝説は有名だった。
So the IBM 5100 legend is famous, huh? Maybe the retro PC is more popular with female attacker than I thought.
そうそう。
Yeah,
都
that's
市
it.
伝説でした。
I heard the urban legend from
君はどの
someone.
程度まで知ってんの？
How much did you know about it? That's very suspicious.
IBN5100
I actually tried looking for an IBM 5100, but for the end I came to a conclusion there isn't one in Akiba.
秋葉にはなかったというオチは知っている。
そっか。
I see.
そりゃそうだよね。
Well, that's true.
何か知っている
You sound like you know something.
いや、
Well,
知ってるような知って
I
ない
do
よう
and
な
I
って
don't, I
感
guess.
じかな。私は知らないけ
I
ど。
don't know about it personally, but I happen to hear about it from a knowledgeable acquaintance of mine or
そ
something
れを
like
ちらっと聞いた
that.
ことがあるみたいな。
Another insincere smile. I'm starting to think she's not a very good liar. You can tell she's lying whenever she smiles like that. Sure enough, she doesn't offer any other information, she just keeps that insincere smile plastered on her face. Just who are you?
何者?
She falls back down the counter with a deep sigh. She looks up at me from that position.
IBN5100 についてもさ、興味深い情報。
So I was thinking about giving you a bunch of interesting information about the IBM 5100.
そんな目で見られたら
When you look at me like that, I don't feel like it anymore.
そもそも俺
I'm
は
not very even interested in the IBM 5100. I'm more concerned with CERN right now. Solving one of mysteries won't top of the organisation's regime after all.
貴様を信用
You
できる
don't
要
have
素
a
が
shred
一つ
of
もない。
credibility.
その
I
面
have
白い
no way of
情報
not
が
knowing
真
if that
実である
interesting
かどうか
information of
も
yours is
わ
true
か
or
る。
not.
うわぁ、そこまで言う？
Oh, that's harsh. Well, I admit I'm kind of acting suspicious.
挙動不審だけどね。じゃあさ、教えないけどヒントだけあげるよ。
I won't tell you, but I'll give you a hint.
そんで、わかりそうでわからないもどかしさに身もだいちゃえ。
Oh, I like her. She's evil. And then you arrive in agony when you can't figure it out.
実は
Truth is,
IBN5100 には隠された機能があるんだよ。
the IBM 5100 has a hidden function. A hidden function? That reminds me. I'm pretty sure that the Titor from 2000 said something like that. I'll search for my memories.
確か
If I remember correctly,
IBN5100
the 5100 could also do something other than proprietary programming languages.
嘘、なんで知って
No
ん
way.
の？
How do you
なん
know?
で？
How do you know? Tell me. I only vaguely remembered, but it looks like I hit the mark. I grin.
能力名
It's yet another of my powers.
俺は貴様の心の内を読み取ることができるのだ。
Leading question. I can read the heart of hearts.
何それ？反則。
What? No fair. For some reason, Suzuha covers her face with both her hands. She opens her fingers just enough to peek at me. It's not enough to escape my power.
すべてはお見通しだ。天音鈴葉。観念するがいい。
I see everything, Amane Suzuha. Resistance is futile.
とにかく IBN5100 には隠された機能があるの。
Anyway, the IBM 5100 has a hidden function.
AP エリアベーシックが普及
In
する前に
Sci-Fi,
書かれた
IBM's proprietary programming
IBM の
language,
独自のプログ
which
ラミ
was
ング
written
言語が
before
解読
APL
で
and
きちゃう
BASIC
の
even
ってさ
become widespread.
驚愕だと思わない？
Isn't that surprising? Now remember, John Titor said the same thing in 2000. Right after that, an IBM officially admitted to that function's existence.
今や IBN5100 でしか解読できない失われた
Now
プ
it's
ロ
a
グラ
dead
ミング
programming
言語
language
があっ
that
た
can be
りするんだ
deciphered with
よ。
an IBM 5100. The reason Titor travelled to 1975 to obtain an IBM 5100 was because he needed that function. Maybe Murako wants to use it too. Or maybe not. Shining Finger doesn't seem like a type who know about that sort of function.
だから IBN5100 ってすっごくレアな PC なの。
And that's because that's why IBM 5100s are so rare. While talking, Suzuha keeps dropping a glance to a metal pin in her hand. She rolls it around with her fingers. I guess it's a habit of hers. So IBM 5100s are super rare. Maybe if I get one, I could sell it for a high price. That could be a good way to raise research funds. But first, I have to deal with CERN. So life in 2036 is very different from what it is today. Most people live on farms growing our own food. All forms of commerce and communication are restricted. There's no travel, no internet, and no railroad even. Most people would never see another town, let alone a city. Science continues to advance, of course, but the vast majority of people do not benefit from progress. Technology only comes to those who are chosen by CERN and the Committee of 300. It's very peaceful, at least on the surface. But there's none of the conflict you see in this either. There's no war? How's that possible? How does CERN resolve the situation in the Middle East? What have you got against CERN's word peace? Sounds to me like CERN was doing humanity a favour. This Titor guy stole a time machine from CERN, didn't he? He's a bad guy. Die in a fire, terrorist scum. The world in 2036 is governed by CERN. All nations, even America, have expanded their armies. Put it simply, civilization has returned to an 18th century level of technology and exists under a communist system of government. Except now the system works flawlessly. Right now you should be asking yourselves how that is possible. How does a system of government that collapsed in the 20th century exist without any discontent? The answer to that question is the reason why I am here. Yes, I am a terrorist. There are others like me who fight against CERN. We think of ourselves as the resistance. There's no denying that actions are kind of terrorism. Anyway, I want to hear more about the many worlds interpretation. You said it's been proven by 2036. How? I knew you were a terrorist. So how many have you murdered? One of my kids are amongst them. Maybe we should really kill your father, protect the future. Stop beating around the bush. Give us answers. You're one of those old men who participated in the student riots, aren't you? Filled your head with a bunch of bullshit and now you can't tell a fact from fiction. Am I right? Delicious nationalist tears, lol. CERN probably figured it out. They got a time machine to experiment with, right? That would make you no better than Titor. If you're willing to face the consequences, then go right ahead. Titor, question. Did World War III take place as scheduled? And why did you come to this particular timeline? Did you find an IBM 5100? Is John Titor plugging with commies? I thought that went out of style years ago. I thought Titor was crazy, but this Hoenn guy is even crazier. Get a room, guys. Lol. World War III, Lamau. Isn't I supposed to be an IBM 5100 in Akiba? As I would explain, my goal this time is to change the future. I'm posting here to warn you of what's going to happen. Perhaps convergence will render my efforts meaningless. But if even one person pays attention, then that's enough. World War III? Is that something I said in a different world line? I would like to talk to you in private. Please email when you have time. Of course, if anyone else would like to email me, feel free. Serious inquiries only. All I've been getting is hate mail. Here's my address once more. John Titor at egweb.ni.japan. "20 hours have passed since Darrow started hacking. Night gives way to a refreshing summer morning. I glance at Darrow while browsing Actual on my phone. He's fidgeting even more. Now his legs are like pistons. His knees moves up and down in harmony with a rat-a-tat of his keyboard. Darrow hasn't slept in about 40 hours, but he still won't get off a computer. I was going to ask him if he'd like a break, but his entire body is exuding that aura that says, "Don't talk to me." I curl up a bit and return to my phone. My discussions with Titor just aren't making sense. Knowing Titor himself seems to know about Titor from 10 years ago. It's hard to imagine that everyone on that channel is conspiring against me. But how else can I explain it? Out of options, I decided to email Titor directly, just as he told me to. He audaciously exposed his own address on that channel. Guess that's his way of saying, bring it on. In my email, I question the differences between his post now and his post 10 years ago. The current Titor hasn't even acknowledged this latter. I only vaguely remember them, but they basically went like this. In 2015, World War III breaks out. Many people die. By 2036, the world is nuclear wasteland. John Titor travels to 1975 to obtain an IBM 5100. The IBM 5100 was necessary to revive technology lost in World War III. The IBM 5100 has a hidden function, the ability to read an IBM's proprietary computer language, which predates APL and BASIC. But only certain IBM engineers are aware of that function, so it does not appear in the manual. In 1998, Titor meets his younger self and his parents in America. John Titor was a soldier who volunteered for this mission. John Titor is American. Furthermore, in 2000, John Titor correctly predicts the outcomes of some future events. The Peruvian coast earthquake in 2001, the election of a new pope, the outbreak of the Iraq War, China's advances in space and so forth. I only talked vaguely about each one, but they all came true. On the other hand, other predictions went unfulfilled. For example, the Y2K bug, Civil War in America, the cancellation of the Beijing Olympics and the inauguration of America's first female president in 2009, and so forth. There's more, but leave those aside for now. I'm going to ask him, but those predictions didn't come true. Sorry for a sudden mail. Anyway, let's send it now. If you can't answer my satisfaction, then the current Titor is an imposter. This is your litmus test, John Titor. Ha, so what are your true colours? Ohayo! Good morning. Mayuri comes in. Looks like she's forgiven us for experimenting on her food. She's back to her usual smiley self. What are you doing here so early? Well, I heard you guys stayed up for 2 nights in a row, so I brought you some goodies. Excellent. Good job. Though, to be accurate, it wasn't 2 nights in a row. I took an afternoon nap yesterday. Miyushi starts fishing through his convenience store bag and takes out Oden can! Canned Oden is still warm when she gives it to me. Open the lid right away and eat the beef. Mayuri and I have been together for a long time. She knows what I like. When it comes to canned Oden, beef is where it's at. It's a present from Mayushi. They're 270 yen each, so save it, okay? I've been getting tired of eating bananas and chicken lately. Buy these instead from now on. But Mayushi doesn't have enough pocket money to splurge like this all the time. And Mayushi loves bananas and chicken, so she keep buying them. I guess it's saying you'll get fat if you eat frozen foods, but that threat's not very effective against Mayuri, so I harm her tongue. High metabolism prevents her from getting fat no matter how much she eats. But wait, there's more. Ta-da! Next, he produces a small box with Y-net illustration. And I will immediately recognise that box as Pocky. It does happen, I've got a box of Pocky down below me actually. Although, I didn't actually buy it, I got it free from a con. Y-net sausage? She sticks out her tongue with a shy giggle. Something tells me that in a few months' time this lab will be neck deep in Upa goodies. Only true things right now, with a cushion on a sofa, that number is sure to grow exponentially. So, how's Daru-kun? He's in the midst of a hard fight. He should at least rest a little. I mean, he knows that he had to do it all at once.
ダル君のスーパーハッカー魂がメラメラバーニングしちゃったんだね。
Derek and super hacker spirit's on fire.
そこハッカーって言わないように。
But he can still hear us say hacker. An empty Diet Cola bottle comes whistling through the air. Hits my head with a funk.
ピリピリしてる。
It sure is tense. Mio and I evaluate the corner of a lounge and quietly eat the Odin.
でもハッキングって悪いこと
But isn't hacking bad? Mio doesn't want you to do bad things.
誰にそういうことして
Well, who's this now from? Ooh, from Skyclad 2010. Let's read it, shall we? This is Amani Susaha. First email. Thanks for exchanging addresses with me yesterday. Finally made a friend here. Yay, don't worry. I won't email you too much. And I might be slow to reply too. I kind of knew this email thing. It's okay to laugh at me. That was an exchange. You took my address by force. I had no choice but to submit. Just where were you living before? Haven't used cell phones much. I'm gonna go for that one. I would be a fool to let Daru's super hacker, I mean hacker skills, go without waste. Certainly, it looks like hackers hijacked CERN system back in 2008. We found news articles about it online. That means even inventors of the World Wide Web poked holes in their security. With skills, Daru should have no trouble getting through. Besides, we were doing this to expose CERN's wrongdoings. This is a war against the dark forces that secretly rule the world.
悪いことは悪いことだよ。
Bad things are bad, okay? That's unusual. Mayori usually accepts whatever I say. Well, I admit we're doing a bad thing, but there's no way we can stop now. I need to change the subject. Mayori, would you like to trade my treats potatoes for your beef?
それならうずら卵がいいな。
If you want to trade, I'd rather have your quail egg.
ふざけるな。
Don't be ridiculous.
俺が牛すじの
Next
次
to
に
beef, quail eggs are my favourite.
マユシもうずら卵
But Mayushi likes quail eggs too.
ちくわで
Settle on that for my chikwa.
わかったよ。さつま揚げよりはちくわだもんね。
Okay, chikwa's better than my sweet potatoes. With that said, I'll secure a chikwa and put it into Mayori's can. And I get a beef in return. Subject change complete. Mayori really eats up her conversations about food. It's so easy to manipulate her. Mwahahaha.
もうすぐなんだよ。SQL のテーブル一覧さえ手に入れればパスワード特定余裕なんだよ。うへへへへ。僕をなめんな。
Oh, that was freaky. Daru started talking to himself. Looks like an interesting thing. Server address 172.1656.45. Domain name something like unsuccessful. Please input SQL commands. I actually wonder whether or not that IP address goes somewhere in particular. I'm going to check it out. But for now, I'm going to end the episode. So guys, thank you very much for watching. Have a wonderful day. Bye bye.